Alan, you and I both saw it. You saw this a few weeks ago accidentally.
Yeah. In fact, there was no official press screening for this.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
There was not.
Yeah, you and I we're gonna see The Fall Guy last Monday, and the email I had gave me the wrong theater, and when I showed up to that theater, I go into the lobby, and there's it's empty. The lobby is empty, and there's a woman at the table, and I go, I'm here for the screening, and she goes, what's your name? And I go, Alan Ng, and she goes, you're not on the list, and I go, oh, and she goes, what outlet are you with? I go, Film Threat. And he goes, okay, all right, well, it'll start in like 20 minutes. You're early, and then I just headed down, and I go in, and I see the Planet of the Apes poster up on the screen, and the room is empty, and I'm like, I think I'm at the wrong screening.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, and it started an hour after The Fall Guy, so there's just no way I can make it there. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna sit here, pretend I'm invisible, and maybe they'll let me stay at the screening, which they did. And so I saw Planet.
I love that. I love that story. That story is so awesome. It's great.
I inadvertently snuck into a screening I shouldn't have been at.
All right. Well, look, I've seen the previous films in this run of the Planet of the Apes. I'm a huge fan of the original series. Planet of the Apes, Beneath, Escape, Conquest, Battle for, and the Apes TV show from the 70s, and the Apes animated show. And the previous trilogy was all the Caesar trilogy, right at the early beginnings. This is far in the future, and things are different in this world. What I do appreciate about this, the trailer did not give away anything from the second half of the movie. That I appreciated. So, which was cool, because once you got to the second half, I had no idea what was going on. Alan, tell us about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
All right. So at the beginning of the movie, Caesar is dead from the last movie. And we jump forward to, they say several generations. I'm going to say about 70 to 100 years.
Yeah, it's farther in the future.
Yeah. And I'll say this about the movie. I would say take a breath. This is a new chapter that we're starting. So it's very different from the first series. We're opening a brand new series, and over the 70 years,
you don't even need to see those previous three films.
Absolutely,
you just start here.
So over the 70 years, apes have gotten smarter and evolved faster, and man has gone more stupid. In fact, they're kind of like grazing animals now out there, and the world as we know it now is that the apes have formed factions in life. They form their own families, their villages, but they also form their own factions. And here we're with the chimpanzee faction. The young Noah and his friends, Suna and Anaya, 3 teen apes, chimpanzees. This clan is an eagle clan, meaning that they raise eagles. The eagles go out and hunt for them. The eagles also protect them. And our 3 teens, they're climbing a mountain looking for eagle eggs so that they can raise their own eagle for themselves. Well, that night, the evil Proximus Caesar sends his men in to tear down this village, to kill the leaders, including Noah's father, and to enslave the rest of the entire chimpanzee clan there, or troop, as the scientists call it. Noah is beaten down by Proximus and left for dead. And when he awakens, everyone's gone. And so he goes on a journey to rescue his people, find his mother, and save the day. And on this journey along the way, he meets Raka, an orangutan, a wise orangutan.
Orangutan.
Yes, an orangutan who was once the keeper of the lore of Caesar. So Caesar over time has become kind of this mythical person, the kind of the Jesus of the time. And Raka is the only one who has the true story of Caesar, because Proximus has taken Caesar's story and manipulate it in a way that makes Proximus the new Caesar and the new leader. And while they're going off to rescue his troop, they run into Nova, which is a girl human, and she's been following them around, and they find out that she's not a danger, and so they kind of take her in. And now the movie's about their adventure to get people back.
But she has ulterior motives.
Yes, which is interesting. I don't know how much we want to talk about that, but
yeah, we should keep it spoiler free. But I gotta say, I was not looking forward to this at all.
Mhm.
Honestly, didn't care. I was fine with those other Apes movies. They were good. They were entertaining. Whatever. It's cool. But this, like, it kind of sucked me in, because I felt like even though Andy Serkis is not in this, he didn't do the mocap. I feel it's even better now, the animation.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'll just say this: Weta did the animation. This movie is beautiful. This movie, the blending of CG and real life is seamless. The way the apes move around, the way they talk, feels like apes actually doing this. It doesn't feel animated or like a cartoon in any way. I have to give it to Weta for just what they were able to accomplish with just the animation of this and the motion capture. This is, from visually speaking, it's an incredible movie.
It's like an animated nature movie. That's what it felt like at times. And it really looked great. And you just buy it. Once you get into it, you buy it. And I don't know, the girl who played Nova, she was fine, but I felt like she was honestly too good looking. And she's too skinny. Like, I was like, I don't buy her being able to do a lot of things she did, but whatever. And which is so tired. She's the girl. The girl is the key to everything. It's tired.
Yeah, but the thing is that okay, so in the third act, she starts girl bossing like crazy. And and I remember watching and thinking, oh, here we go, here's a girl boss moment. And they explain it at the end why she's able to girl boss, but that's too late in the game.
They kind of give you an explanation of like, well, here's why she's such a girl boss. She's part of something bigger. Again, no spoilers, but look, I in spite of so many flaws, and what I loved about the old Apes movies, I'm talking about from the 60s and 70s, they were about ideas, religion and questioning civilization, and this, it's not as much about that. It's more about spectacle, and it's fine. I like spectacle, but seriously, I prefer the old Apes movies, even though the effects, I recognize they're kind of dumb.
The dudes with masks on.
Yeah, it is stupid, but with this, I had trouble. I'm going to sound like I'm apist. This is going to be an apist comment. Sometimes I had trouble telling the apes apart. Like, that's Noah. Who's that again? So
yeah, you are apist. I was able to.
I'm apist. I'm definitely I'm an apist. Clearly.
Here's the thing I'll say. I think, I mean, you're definitely seeing with this as the start of the true prequel into the classic Planet of the Apes.
Right.
When you say the ideas, I think there are ideas presented here. They're just not presented in a deep and thoughtful way yet. The whole idea that Caesar is kind of this god that people or this legend that people kind of worship. That's an interesting idea. The whole, when we get to Proximus and his goals, it's the idea of, this is not a spoiler, but apes have evolved, and Proximus knows this. And there's a vault, and if he gets in that vault, he will evolve at a faster rate than he's bored with the rate of evolution, and by breaking the vault, he will evolve himself even further by what's inside of it. That's a great idea. My issue is this movie, the first two acts are great. I bought in. I really love what was set up. This third act, the action of it felt like it was rushed in terms of writing, not really well thought out, and the way everything is resolved feels very very simple and very like, well, we just need to get there, so let's just get there. And then you have the post-credit scene, which takes everything I loved about the first two acts. It makes me wonder if they can stick the landing in the next movie, because I fear that the movie may go in a direction I really don't want to go, because I really like this idea in the first two acts of the ape Game of Thrones going on. And that's kind of what I wish this series would go into. And it feels like it's not going to go into it based on the ending of the movie.
It also feels like it's trying to be more for kids. It's trying to be for kids, which is fine. You need new fans, I guess. But I'm interested. It felt like they should just make a series, because the ending, we're not going to talk about it. The ending is a setup for events to come, right? Yeah. It's a huge, there's no post-credit scene, but the very ending was like, where is this leading?
Yeah. The epilogue. It's more of an epilogue than
yeah, right. Epilogue. Yeah. But it was like,
I mean, are you hopeful for this series based on that epilogue?
I can speculate on where I think it's going. I'm not gonna say. I think I'm not gonna say, but
yeah. I mean, for me, it's like I love the setup in the first two acts, and I feel like the third act it just kind of wasted all that love I had for it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm curious for sure, but I feel like I prefer the older Apes movies. Each movie had some big idea it dealt with, and although even it kind of like puts dumb things aside, like when Tyler, played by Charlton Heston, goes to the planet. Why do the apes speak English? He's supposed to be like 3,000 years in the future. Why do the apes
on a different planet?
Yeah, I know. It makes no sense, but you buy it because it's Rod Serling coming up with that. But I don't know. I give this a mild recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
So probably six and a half out of 10. But I'd hoped for more. And why is it over 2 hours? Why? Why do these movies? It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. Doesn't need to be. So much could have been cut. And that was a disappointment. So I don't know, Alan, where do you stand?
Yeah, I'm in the same area. I'm at a 6.5. Like I said, the first two acts I think are worth it. The third act, there's a lot of buying into things that you have to do, and just kind of accept that this is the direction they're going in. So mild recommendation, 6.5.
Yeah, but I will say what's interesting is the effects seem to have even been slight leap forward from the last one. Yeah, I'm serious. This is the best integration. They really sold it.
Yeah, remember when ILM used to be a thing? Weta is in that same category. It's like Weta is at the top of the game, and it surprises me that they don't get more work than they do.